So good morning. So in today's class, we will start the new chapter, packages. Packages and Java library. So this is the new chapter. So in this chapter, we are going to study the packages as well as Java libraries. So we have so many types of packages available. We have more than 200 packages available in Java latest versions. So we have two types of packages. First one is user-defined packages as well as predefined packages. So we have two types of packages. First one is user-defined packages. Second one is predefined packages. So predefined packages means already like example util. Util is a package. Util is a package. So we can the package consists of some methods as well as some classes or some interfaces. The package is nothing but it's a collection of related classes and related interfaces. So the package consists of classes as well as interfaces. So this is the basic thing in the package. So if you want to define any package means the package consists of classes. So the class consists of variables and methods. So we can see the two variations in these packages. We can use the predefined packages like util, and we can use the predefined classes like string. String is a predefined class, or method. Method is a predefined class in package language, LANG. So we can import the packages. Here for importation, we can use the keyword import. So packages import can be done at the starting of the program. At the starting of the program. So like hash include stdio.h. So the packages must be included at the starting of the program. So predefined packages can be imported by using the keyword import. By using the keyword import. So we have so many predefined packages like util, like lang, like IO. So like that we have so many packages. So in this chapter we are going to discuss all these packages, and as well as we can define our own package also. Whenever we require, you can create your own package also. So let us see that variation also. So broadly, package means it's a collection of classes as well as interfaces. It's a collection of classes and interfaces. So classes means the class consists of class members. So class members are nothing but a variables or methods or any interfaces. So package is nothing but it's a collection. It's a collection of classes, collection of predefined classes. So this is the basic introduction about this packages. So let us start the packages. So here, so package is nothing but it's a collection of related classes, some classes, collection of classes as well as interfaces, as well as interfaces. So package consists of classes and methods. The class consists of methods. Package consists of classes. Classes consist of methods. So this is the basic definition of the packages. So it's a collection of classes and interfaces. So there are two types of packages. There are two types of packages. First one is predefined packages. Second one is user defined packages. User defined packages. So we have two types of packages, predefined packages as well as user-defined packages. So predefined packages means so already defined in the Java compiler, already defined in the Java library. So we can utilize the predefined classes as well as predefined methods. So those packages are known as predefined packages. So if you want to define our own package means we can define the package. So those type of packages are known as user defined packages. User defined packages. So next one, packages as namespace. Next concept is packages as namespace. That means each package has its own name. Each package has its own name. That means if you want to create some package means the package must have some identifier. For example, suppose that you are creating a variable. So that means the variable has some name A. So that is the namespace. Suppose if you want to create a class means the class has some name. Student 1. Student 1. So this is the namespace, class namespace. Suppose if you want to create a method means void display semicolon. That means this is the abstract method. So display is an identifier. Student 1 is an identifier for class. A is an identifier for variable of type integer. So like that, this type of convention is known as namespace. That means every variable or every class or every object has some namespace, some naming convention. So there is a strict syntax for naming. So starting for method, the starting letter should be small letter. For class, starting letter should be capital letter. For variable, starts with the small letter. So like that, we have some naming convention. So in the same way, the packages also have some namespace. That means the packages are identified by its name, its package name. So each and every package has its own name. Each and every package has its own name. So for example, so let us take one example. So let us take one example. Suppose I have a package. For example, I have a package 1. I have a package 1 and then I have a package 2. So I am going to creating the some packages. So I have package 1, package 2 and I have package 3. So I have 3 packages. I have 3 packages. The package consists of either classes or methods or something. Suppose package 1 consists of some classes like P1. So the P1 consists of some method void M1. So this is one method. Then int M2. This is another method. Int M2. This is another method. So like that, the class consists of methods, as well as the class may have some interface also. Interface I1 braces some methods. The class consists of interface also. So this is all about package. So the package 1, the package name is package 1. The package consists of classes and methods. So the package consists of a class, the class name is P1. So the class has some definitions, class members. So this is one class. This is one package. The package is nothing but a collection of classes. So this is one package. Next package 2. So the package 2 also consist of package 2 also consist of some methods as well as some interfaces. Like that, package 3 also consists of some classes like P3. Package 3 also consists of some classes. So this is how the package looks like. The package is nothing but a collection of classes. So here we are discussing the namespace. Namespace. That means namespace means, for example, I am for package 1. Let us per se it is a package 1. In the package 1 we have two methods, M1, M2. We have two methods, M1, M2. First, suppose I am creating another method that is double M2. I am creating another method double M2. So here the method has same name. Here the method has same name. So that means method overloading or overriding may happen. So for if it is an inheritance concept, overriding will happen. If not, overloading will happen. So for suppose in the package 1, I am going to create another class. For suppose class P1 underscore P11. For suppose P11, I am creating another class P11. I am creating another class P11. So in the same package, I am going to create another class P11. I am going to create another class P11. So in this package 1 consists of three classes, P1, P11, P111. Package 1 consists of three classes, P1, P11 and P11. So again I am creating another class P1. I am creating another class P1. Does it valid? I have already created the class name P1. I am already created the class with the name P1. Again, I am going to create the class name with P1 only. For example, save this one, you can get the colors. So see this one, P1. The package 1 has so many classes, P1, P11, P111 and again P1. So this is not valid. The package in the same package, you don't have the classes with the same name. The class name should be unique. The class name should be unique in the package. So the package doesn't have the classes with the same name. So this is very, very essential. So that concept is known as namespace. So let us see the example. This is the package. So class P1 is not valid. We don't create the class with the same name in the same package. But we can create the package. We can create the class with the same name of different package. Suppose I have take for example, take the class 2. That means package 2. So in this package 2, we have the classes class P2. We have the classes class P2. Again, I am going to create another class P1. Class P1. This is valid. So this is valid. Why? Because this is in the different package. In the same package, we don't create the class names with the same name. But we can create the same class name for two different packages. Same class name can be accepted with the two different packages. Why? Because all these packages or classes can have some namespace. That means, so how do you import this class? Suppose if you want to import the class P1 into your program, how can you perform that? So it can be done by using the import keyword. Import, here package name is, for example, 2. I have given 2. So the naming should not be like 2. For example, TWO. The package name is TWO2. So import TWO2 dot. So here we have so many classes, T2 and T1. So I am going to import the package P1 here, import the class P1 here. So this is how you can import the package P1. But in the previous example, if you want to import the package class P1, how can you import? Import. So here, for example, so this class name, this package name is 1. For example, this package name is 1. So the package name should be small letters only. The package name should be small letters only. There should not be a capital letter. Suppose this package name is 111. Import 11 dot. The class is P1. The class is P1. So this is how you can import the classes. So the classes have same name, but the namespace is different. So this is called the namespace. Why? Because this P1 class is from package 1. This P1 class is from package 2. So we can have the same class name for different packages. We don't have the same class name within the package. So this is all about the namespaces. That means the class, the contents of the package can be accessed through some naming convention. So the naming convention is like this: the package name dot class name. So the class name is accessed through the package name. That means the class has referred to the package. The class is referred to the package. So we have so many types of packages. So each and every package can have its own names, or some names may be similar to one package and another package. It can be possible. So for this purpose, we can access the classes or contents of the packages by using some namespace. That means package name dot class name. So two different packages can have the same name. So this is all about the namespace. So okay now? Any doubts in this? So next one is defining the packages. How do you define a package? The package consists of classes and interfaces. Then how do you define a class? How do you define an interface? How do you define a class? So there is a syntax for each and everything. How do you define a class? Class name, class space identifier, class space student. How do you define an interface? Keyword is interface. For class, keyword is class. Interface space interface name. So like that, we have if you want to define the package, there is a syntax for defining the package. The syntax is, here package is a keyword. and package name is my package, ends with the semicolon. So this must be given at the starting of the program. Starting of the program. That means before this statement, uh, there is no statements above this statement. That means దీనికన్నా పైన ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏది ఉండకూడదు, ఇంపోర్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ కానీ ఏమీ ఉండకూడదు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ line in a program. This should be the first line in the program. If you want to create a package, means the package must be included as starting line. The starting line should be this one. If you want to create a package, means the starting line should be this one. Package space package name. Package is a keyword. Identifier is my package. So package statement is the first statement in the program. Package statement is the first statement in the program. So after this only import statements will come. After this only remaining logic will come. After this only user defined classes will come. So next one, let us check this one. Let us see some theory about the packages. Package members. Let us check some terminology here. Package members. So what do you mean by package members? So we have defined the package. Package 1, package 2, package 3. We have defined the 3 packages. So what is the members of that package? What is the contents of that package? So the package consists of classes and methods or interfaces, anything. Simply the package consists of classes. So those are the members of classes. Those are the members of packages. So those can be named as package members. What exactly a package consists of? The package consists of classes. The class consists of variables and methods or interfaces, anything. So those are the package members. And then package as access control mechanism. Package as access control mechanism. So we know the access control mechanism. That means accessing levels, public, private, protected. For example, in the program, so let us check this program. Let us check this program. So in this, I have defined the package. So how do you define the package? Package, package name. The package name ends with the semicolon. This is the syntax. Package, package is a keyword and package name is 1. Package name is 1. So this is the definition of the package. So in this, we can create the package. In this, we can create the package. So this should be the first line of the program. Here I am defining the package as class P1, class P11, class P11. So here these classes should be declared as either public or private or protected. So we can use either of these things, public, private, protected, or you may leave as this default. So same access mechanism principles here can be applied to these classes also. Suppose if you declare public, means all the remaining packages will access this package P1, access this class P1. So here we have declared the class as P11. So P11 is declared as private. That means this class should be accessed within this package. Protected means, you know, the protected means that package and the sub packages can be accessed. So the same access control mechanisms can be applied to packages also. That means the contents of the packages have some access specifications. Next one, simple name and qualified name. Simple name and qualified name. So we have two types of naming convention: simple name and qualified name. Simple name means simply one name. That means suppose the package name is Java. The package is Java, like Java X, Java FX. So these are the some package names. These are some package names. So these are known as simple names. Simple names. But here qualified name is java.util. So this is one qualified name. Java.io. This is one qualified name. Java.lang. This is one qualified name. So these type of names is known as qualified name. That means util is a package, sub package of Java. IO is a sub package. This is the main package. Java is a main package. Util is a sub package. Java is a main package. IO is a sub package. So if you have the sub packages, we can have the qualified names. We can have the qualified names. If you don't need the sub packages, means we can have the simple names. So these are the simple names. So these are the qualified names. So let us check some examples regarding this. See this example. Package java.mypackage. Package java.mypackage. That means we are creating a sub package, my package, which is a sub package of Java. So next a package java.mypackage.xpack. So xpack is a sub package of my package. In turn, my package is a sub package of Java. Package java.mypackage.xpack.ypack. So let us illustrate this concept with a figure. So here the main package is Java. Main package is Java. So the package has several sub packages. The package consists of my package. My package is a sub package of Java. My package is a sub package of Java. Xpack is a sub package. It is a sub package of my package. And ypack is a sub package of xpack. Then my class. So my class is a class name which is in the ypack. So how can you access this my class? How can you import this my class? So this my class can be imported by using this syntax. This can be accessed through this syntax. Import java.mypackage.java.mypackage.ypack.myclass. So this is how you can import the my class. So my class is a class in the package ypack. But ypack is a sub package of xpack. Xpack is a sub package of my package. My package is a sub package of Java. So this type of naming is known as fully qualified names. Fully qualified names are simple. Simple names can be given to the packages also. Independent packages can be, simple names can be given to the independent packages. So these are the dependent packages. That means a package is a sub package of another package. So this type can be, this type of naming can be defined as fully qualified names. Next one, importing packages and classes into the program. Importing packages and classes into the program. That means we are creating the, we are defining the, if you want to write any program means you will start the program with the class space class name. Within that we can write the methods and logic and everything. So if you want to use some features, some predefined classes, how can you use that? How can you import that packages? The syntax is so the syntax is this one. Import is an keyword. If you want to import any package from any class, if you want to import any class or any package, you can use the keyword import java.awt.star asterisk. It means that you are going to import the sub package awt is a sub package of java is a package which consists of AWT as sub-package. A dot asterisk. Asterisk means we are going to importing the all the packages in AWT. We are going to import the all the packages from AWT. So then we can use the star asterisk. If not, we can write the name. We can write the name of the class. Import java.aw. The class name. If any class, if you want to import the class from AWT, if you know the class name, then you can write the class name. If you don't know the class name, you can put the asterisk. That means all the packages can be imported from this AWT package. Then let us see another example. Import java.awt.event.asterisk. That means event is a sub package. Event is a sub package of AWT. Event is a sub package of AWT. And I am importing all the classes of event. Asterisk. Each sub package can be separated with the dot period symbol. Separator. This can be treated as separator. Dot java dot aw dot event dot star. Let us see another example. Import javax dot swing dot asterisk. So string is a sub package of javax. The advanced features can be packaged into javax. Core Java concepts can be implemented with java package. Advanced features like swings, structs. So these concepts can be exist in the javax package. So this is how you can import the packages. So next, importing the class into the program. Importing the class in the program. How do you import a class? Here we are importing all the classes from the package. So how do you import a specific class from the package? Import, let us see the example. Import java.package p1 dot package p2 dot package p3 dot class identifier. This is the syntax. That means import javax dot swing dot Here we have to give the class name. Here we have to give the class name. In spite of asterisk, we can give the class name. That means class identifier, name of the class. Name of the class. So this is how you can import the packages. The package consists of classes. You can import if you import the package means automatically the classes are imported. Inherently, the classes are imported into the program. The associated methods are imported into the program. For example, see this one, color. Import java.aw.color. So color is a class name. Here color is a class name. Color is a class name. We are importing the class color. The color class exists in the package AWT. So AWT package exists in the main package Java. So it can be treated as levels, level 1 package, level 2 package, like that. Java is a level 1, AWT is an level 2 package, and that means sub package. So next one. Let us see this syntax. So this is the syntax for creation of your own package. This is the definition of the package. Package name, and then import statement should be there after the definition of the package. That means in previous examples we have explained, all these things consist of import package. First line is import. Before the class definition we will use the import statement. So but whenever we are using the user defined packages means it should be starting line. First line should be package definition. First line should be package definition. Then only the compiler identifies that. So this is a user defined package. This is an user defined package. Then only the compiler can understand the defined classes from package, my package. So this is the syntaxes and the basic things regarding the packages. So do you have any doubts on this? So next, user-defined packages and class. So how do you create an user-defined package, and how do you create how do you import that user-defined package? That we will see in the next class. So in today's class, we have discussed about the basic definition of the package. How do you define the package? What is the namespace of the packages? So one class can have the same name in the same package, or the class can have the different names in the different packages. And we have seen the syntaxes for importing the packages as well as importing the predefined classes. So this is the basic things regarding the packages, package definition and package importing. So from tomorrow's class, we can define our own package. We can create our own package, and then we can import that package into our program. So if you define any package means you will import that package into your program. So how can you create your own package, and how can you import that package into your program? So that we will see in the next class. So do you have any doubts on this? So if you don't have any doubts, so we can end up the session and we will meet the tomorrow. Thank you.